Increasingly, gaming is seen as a way to accomplish a lot of different ends. It can be to find community and solidarity. It can be to create new art forms, knowing that the Holy Spirit's already working there. The idea is, how do we bring the gospel into it? How do we translate that, like if we're missionaries? We all have a role to play with gaming. When we look at it from a Christian perspective, we have to think about it, as we do here at Dordt, through the lens of creation, fall, redemption, restoration. We didn't find Mario Kart, in the original Garden of Eden, right? They're part of culture. And as we know from Genesis 1:28, this idea to subdue the earth and the cultural mandate, we can't somehow break off video games from the kingdom of God and say for some reason, this is the one thing in the world that God is not over. But then we think about the fall, that we can't at the same time just say that gaming is amazing and there's nothing bad in it. We know that the fall and sin is in that too, whether it's the companies that take their software and they prey on kids who they know don't have the sort of mental defenses, who can't say no to when, hey, your friend's online, hey, if you get on right now, you're gonna get 10 bonus points for this, right? That's sinful, that's wrong, and that can really, and we see companies doing things that do lead to high rates of addiction among the young. As Christians, we have to take into account gaming is part of the kingdom, it's part of the fall. And now, now that we've been redeemed by Christ and the world has been redeemed by Christ, and we're in this phase of the mission of God to bring all things new.
Games are a tool just like anything else. They can be used for good and they can be used for evil. What we do here is to show the good and to build the community around Christ through video games, board games, tabletop RPGs.
There's 2.6 billion gamers, and the church doesn't acknowledge it. The church doesn't really do many resources for them. And so what we really have is a 2.6 billion person unreached mission field. We need people to go into all sections of gaming, whatever that looks like, and to start thinking about it and reflecting on the scriptures and to engage it from a Christian worldview, because it's a space that's gone on for almost its entirety with very little influence from the church and speaking into that realm.
I see a community that's being built here that probably wasn't being built before. Like, everybody here has gaming in common. Going outside of here, I'll say hi to people in the hallway that I wouldn't have said hi to before. Or I'll see people around campus and I'll be like, hey, I know you. But then also the people I was friends with before, those relationships that I have with them are growing and shifting. Like the guild president, I was friends with him freshman year, but now we're even closer because we've been working really close together. There's new ways that I'm connecting with people that I didn't before, and so I'm seeing that in the broader community.
When Jesus was preaching to people, he always went to them. I think he had dinner at Pharisee's house multiple times, or situations like that. When he went and spoke to the Samaritan woman that was in Samaria, the fact that he was in Samaria was a huge deal. He went to them. Jesus said, go out to the ends of the earth. We have to go. They get to sit down, we have to get up and walk. So I think something like this, if someone comes to Dordt and maybe they're struggling in their faith or struggling in some way, here's somewhere they're already comfortable maybe. There's something they're already interested in. There's people they can come and interact with. And they can come to one of the events or come down here and interact with us. And I'm not gonna immediately start, you can only come in if you can quote these 8 Bible verses. It's all good. Come in and have fun. If you're struggling in your faith, that doesn't mean you can't come in and have fun with us and we can't have fun with you. And if that lets us get to know you and end up having a conversation about that and maybe help somebody in their faith, that's a win-win. But I think the number one thing is, can we be close to them and show them love and kindness? And then whatever good comes out of that, but that first.
Thinking about the Reformed faith in every square inch, we can't say that gaming is not a part of that. And so part of the Gaming Guild is to say, we see you, we love you, we want to acknowledge you and help you flourish as a gamer, whatever that means for you, and we want to empower you.